Good morning, 6th grade. Today we're going to talk about percent of change. So lesson 92, you'll find it on page 636. In the past, we have done percent problems, word problems, where we had part and another part and then a total. And then this part was 100%. Like maybe it was 30% of the people rode the bus, 70% did not, for a total of 100. Okay, and then it might say 15 kids rode the bus, how many kids were there, or how many kids did not ride the bus, that kind of thing. Well, these problems are going to be, what you're going to want to do are percent change. Like when something is on sale, or like maybe the original price was $50, but now it's $30. So what was the percent that it was changed? Or perhaps, a store that buys things and then they mark them up and then they sell them. Okay, so they buy them at what they call wholesale. They sell it for more money because they've got to pay their employees and the power bill for the store, and they've got to make a profit. So that would be a percent increase, all right? So what you'll do with these problems, your little percent actual count box is going to be original, change, and new. And in this case, the number that you always know is the original percent. It's always 100%, okay? You're going to sometimes decrease, sometimes you're going to increase, all right? So you have to read the problem and figure out what you're going to be doing. Okay, so let's look at the first example, and this says that the county's population increased 15% from 1980 to 1990. All right, so far we know that the change is a 15% increase, and so I'm going to put this number because my logic tells me this is what I need to do. I'm doing a percent increase of 15%, so my new percent is 115. I found that out all by myself, all right? Now, if the population in 1980 was 120,000, okay, so that's the actual count of the original amount, then what was the population in 1990? So what is the new population that I'm looking for, okay? So the ratio box that I'm going to use, it doesn't really need this now. I needed it to set up the problem, but I don't really need it when I'm solving. Okay, so do you see, this is what I'm going to be working with. So a number of ways that you can do this. You could reduce your fraction. You could cross multiply and get your answer, all right, in all kinds of ways. Doesn't matter how you do it. So I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply. I think that's easier. Oh, you can't leave yet. It's not time. All right, and then if I have 120,000 times 115, I'm going to get this humongous number. All right, and then remember algebraically, whatever's beside my letter, that's what I end up dividing by, right? Because I don't want 100x, I want 1x. So 100 over 100 is x. Okay, my two zeros here cancel out. And so my answer would be 138,000. And is that reasonable? Well, sure. If there's an increase, then it's a very reasonable answer, okay? And again, you could have reduced this fraction, and you could have maybe done the z would work, all right? Again, you find the way that works. Now, do I mind you using a calculator for this product? I don't really mind. You all are pretty strong with multiplication, so that's okay. All right, let's do another example. Let's look at example 2, all right? Now, we're going to do our box, percent and actual count, and we know it's an original, change, new, all right? So, we are going to fill in the 100. We always know that's where we start, Okay, and let's read the problem. Example 2. The price was reduced 30%. Change is a reduction, so I'm subtracting 30. So using my logic, what should this be? Oh, good, 70. Very good, very good. Now, if the sale price was $24.50, okay, sale price would be the new price, wouldn't it? Okay, so the new actual count is $24.50. Then what was the original price? So the original actual count is what I'm looking for. All right, so again, now I might want to do this and reduce, makes it a little easier to work with. So 10 over 7 is x over 24.5. Okay, so cross multiply 7x equals 245, right? If I multiplied a decimal by 10, good. All right, divide by 7 on both sides. And when I do that, I will get x is 35, and we're talking about money there, so I'll go ahead and put my dollar signs. And is that reasonable? Yes, the original price should be higher than the new sale price. All right, very good. All right, let's do another example. One more. All right, so this example 3, we're going to again do our percent and our actual count. We're going to do original, change, new, and we'll do 100%, okay? All right, so a merchant bought an item at wholesale for $20 and marked the price up 75% to sell the item at retail. So what was the merchant's retail price for the item? Okay, so let's think about it. He buys it at 100%, right? And he buys it for $20. So that's the actual count of what the merchant bought the item. He marks it up. He changes it by adding 75%. He's making a good profit there. So the new percent is 175. Remember, you're going to have to do that column. Okay, read the information and figure out whether to add or subtract. All right, then what was his retail price? So what is he now selling it for? Retail price is what you buy something for in the store. Okay, so we have 100 over 175 equals 20 over x. Okay, you can try to reduce this. Maybe that's what we'd want to do. 25 goes into both of these, doesn't it? 25 goes into 100 4 times. 25 into 175 would be, let's see, 7. All right, equals 20 over x. So I can cross multiply, or I can do this. 4 into 20 is 5. 5 times 7, and we get 35. Wow, that's pretty fun. 2 answers that were both 35. Now, is that reasonable? Yes, if he has marked it up, that's very reasonable. All right, so let's do the practice. Let's do A through D, just A through D. Stop the video, come back and check when you're done. right, so for A, I had 100% with a 30% decrease, so 70%. The original was 2450. I'm looking for the new. All right, I reduced and cross multiplied and got 1715. All right, for B, I had a 20% increase, so this is 120. The new amount is 60. How many took the algebra class last year? So I have the 10 over 12 equals x over 60 when I reduced, okay? And you can do the z or cross multiply, but you'll get x is 50. All right, for C, I had a 20% decrease. All right, the new price for the bikes was 120. I'm looking for how much I saved. So in this case, I actually want this box, all right? So I could reduce the 20 over 80 as 1 over 4 equals x over 120, okay? And so I get the x is $30. That's the savings. All right, and then lastly, the D was an 80% increase, okay? Originally, they were $15. What are they being sold for? So I reduced my 100 over 180 to 10/18, which I reduced to 5/9 equals 15 over x, and I got $27. All right, so refer to RenWeb for your assignment, and we will check back with you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.